You're listening to BFM 89.9, the business station.
Good afternoon, it's The Bigger Picture and I'm Meera Sivasodi. The only way out is in, said the lead character Guru Pitkar in the movie Love Guru. Now, though fueled with comedic intent, the theory in all its practical application interprets a way out of problems that imprison the mind via introspection. Now, the problem is many do not know how to do this. So let's explore one of the available methods with Heiko and Selina Niedermeyer as they talk to us about releasing and how it has helped many of us turn our lives around. Welcome to the show, Heiko and Selina.
Hello, Meera.
Thank you for coming. Tell us about releasing. What is it really all about?
Well, releasing is a method, a way to delete all the files, the virus files on your hard drive. So virus file is, for example, emotional pain, feelings of guilt or fear, or decisions that you've made at some point in your life that are still on your human hard drive, that keep it stuck, that keep your power down, that limits your sense of freedom and joy. And releasing is a way that everyone actually can learn to let go of those viruses, emotional toxins, to release them layer by layer, step by step, in a very natural and gentle way.
Right. How did you come about this whole idea of teaching people to release? I know the Lindwalls sort of made it quite big many years ago. Is that how you brought it about?
Yes, we both first got to learn the releasing because we released for ourselves.
Okay.
We had to learn the releasing first, and we felt it so wonderful. It helped our lives so tremendously, and we saw how it helped other people in all areas of life, and we found that's our calling. We found that's the best job in the world to do.
We caught fire when we discovered it. Heiko discovered it when he was about 21, and I discovered it about 11 years ago. So in these separate times, individually, before we knew each other, when he found it, he caught fire. He went to 3 workshops in a row, hitchhiked through Germany to attend those workshops. And when I found it, before that I was an interior designer with my own company. I was about to open my business in Denmark. And then we were in Egypt on a releasing tour with the founders. And when I saw that and the effect on the people, it was more than a fire. It was an absolute blaze, a bonfire. It was crazy. I forgot about my interior design work and my business. This is what I want to do.
Right. What's the general reaction when you tell people you're an international releaser? What is the initial reaction like?
They ask, what is that?
Yeah. Exactly what I said.
What is a releaser?
Well, a releaser is somebody that supports other people to release. Because the good thing is, sometimes we can't see the back of our head. If you have a chewing gum in the back of your hair, you might not be able to see it. But if there's somebody that you trust, they can support you to see things inside that are hidden, that you haven't released yet. So a releaser guides you step by step through process to find what is still mostly hidden in your subconscious that you have put away for safety, or at that time you didn't know how to deal with some emotional pain. And a releaser supports you in a process to bring that to the surface, to look at it without judgment. The best would be to look at it with unconditional love for once.
Right.
And then review the whole scene, what happened back then again, and release whatever is still heavily weighing on your heart.
Now, the Lindwalls used it for economically challenged countries and helped them bring about change and things like that. Now, I do understand that releasing can be used in many areas, not just in relationships.
Yes.
What are some of these areas?
There would be finances, for instance. That's a big area for most people.
When you say finances, in what aspect?
Being stuck in finances, money is not flowing. There's a shortage. People can work really hard, and the money is not coming in. People owe them and don't pay up, or they lose their jobs. They work really hard but paid very little. They don't understand why. So financial struggle. Also in the area of business, for the business to grow, sometimes people get stuck there. There's also physical health, because what we have seen in our experience through all these years and research is that physical health is the root of that. When it's not flowing, when there's disease in the body, is caused by mental and emotional conditions, negative conditions. And we say the final step is when it becomes physical. It's like steam, water and ice.
Right. Okay. And what about with children?
Yes.
We work with children too. In fact, our children, they grew up with releasing. So when they come home and they're stressed because of pressure in school, they would say, "Can you release with me?"
Right.
You know, they release the fear to fail in school. They release their fear to not be loved by their parents if the grades are not as good as expected. And they release when they're not confident. All those fears that can be released, and we've seen it shows result. And the kids are happier, they're less stressed.
We also work with children. Parents bring their children to us, not knowing why the children are angry, or the grades are so poor when they were doing well before. So there are many reasons why children are stressed, and they don't necessarily share with their parents.
Okay.
So, but they do share with us.
Just to help me get my head around this, roughly, how do you do this?
Okay, in a